Walker Scott, also called Walker's, was a chain of department stores that opened in 1935 and closed in 1986. Thank you for your suggestion. In 1935, the first Walker Scott department store opened in San Diego's downtown shopping district at the northwest corner of 5th and Broadway. Ralf Marc Walker was the co-founder of the original store in Los Angeles, known as the 5th Street Store, which happened to be 5th Street and Broadway in Los Angeles. Trained under Arthur Letts at Los Angeles' Broadway department store, Ralf Marc Walker was the co-founder and co-worker of the 125,000 square foot department store that opened in 1905. George A. Scott was a protege of Walker who had sent him to New York University of Retailing and had treated him as a son. The two men had a very close personal relationship. In 1935, the former Holzwasser's department store building in San Diego's downtown shopping district at the northwest corner of 5th and Broadway had been sitting empty for over 2 years after the 1933 liquidation of Holzwasser's. It was once San Diego's largest department store. Scott and Walker traveled to San Diego to investigate the possibilities of opening a branch of Walker's in the ex-Holzwasser space and decided to do so. They renovated the interior and the first and second floors of the exterior. The Coyle brothers were the architects for this renovation. 7 days before the planned grand reopening, Walker died on September 25th, 1935. 7 days later, on October 2nd, Scott opened the store with Mr. Walker's widow, Eliza Fitzgerald Walker, who became president of the company, while Scott took the position of vice president. The store employed 503 people, at the opening of which 482 were local from San Diego. First year sales volumes was $800,000. Escalators were added and the store was expanded into the Owl Drug building to the west in 1954, and the store was renamed Walker Scott. Upon the death of Eliza Walker in 1951, Scott became the president, director, and chief executive and principal stockholder of the company. Each department store featured women's, men's, children's apparel and accessories, and sold yardage, bedding, appliances, radios, televisions, houseware, draperies, floor coverings, china, silverware, jewelry, furs, cameras, gifts, books, cosmetics, notions, lingerie, and even toys. In 1960, the company began its expansion by opening in College Grove Shopping Center. They would later open in Linda Vista Shopping Center in 1963, the Escondido Village Shopping Center in 1964, and Oceanside in 1976. In 1970, the company added a fabric store in Lakeside, Ocean Beach, and El Cajon. In 1968, Walker Scott purchased the Whitney's department store and operated 2 stores ran by that firm in Claremont and El Cajon. The company also operated branch stores in Palm Springs in 1970, San Carlos in 73, Mission Valley in 73, Mira Mesa in 75, National City in 82. And Pacific Beach in 83. New stores were planned for Solana Beach, one in City of Orange at the City Mall, Point Loma at Sport Arena Way Shopping Center, and a small store in Coronado. Although sales peaked at $45.5 million in 1983, profitability steadily declined. In 1984 through 85, Walker Scott eliminated major appliance departments and de-emphasized hardline areas, such as houseware and small appliances. The combination of a population shift to the suburbs and a new shopping center called Horton Plaza with 4 major department stores opening across the street from Walker Scott's department store, had pushed the company out of business. The chain was purchased by Harold Kapelovitz. He and his investors concluded that substantial loss for the company was imminent due to increased competition in the San Diego retail environment. Kapelovitz decided to close the remaining stores when the leases expired in 1986. In November of 1986, Walter Scott closed his remaining stores. At its peak in 1983, there were 15 stores in the San Diego and Orange County areas. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.